Three. Hey. Hi, Sandra. So glad you're here. Yeah, no, you haven't missed anything. I was sick, didn't have a voice, right? And then I was out of town. And then the week after I got out of town, I don't know, there was some stuff. I don't know. March, guys, was a blur. And so I was all over the place. But I'm here. I missed last week. Again, I think because sick stuff going on. But here I am. Here I am, friends, and I am pumped about today. I am on a mission. I have decided that it is my personal mission, okay, to help people in this world believe in themselves more. Because I am finding, and I know it to be true, that the more people believe in themselves, the more they end up achieving, okay? So the title of today's mess is Fortune Favors Those Who Believe That They Can Actually Have the Fortune, okay? And it's the dang truth, all right? It's not fortune favors the brave. It's not fortune favors the lucky. It's not fortune favors the person who had all the right situations and all the right scenarios. Yes, does fortune favor all those things? Certainly. But above all else, fortune favors the people who believe they get to have the fortune or that they can have the fortune, okay? Because somebody who's brave, what does that say about them inherently? Somebody who's being brave, fortune favoring the brave, that's inherently saying that there is a part of them that believes that they can do it, that they can face it. You feel me? Okay, so by its very nature, that saying, fortune favors the brave, is saying fortune favors the person who believes that they can have the fortune, okay? And you want to talk about circumstances. Oh, well, they're lucky. Oh, well, they had all the time in the world. They have all the resources in the world. Hey, guess what? There are people with all the time and resources in the world who achieve nothing, who lose it all, who have nothing. So no, fortune doesn't necessarily favor you because you have the right circumstances. You can have all the right circumstances, but if you don't believe in yourself, and inherently that comes with belief is action. Okay, if you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe you can have it and you don't have the desire, and then there's a whole bunch of other things, then it ain't getting you nowhere. Okay, so no, fortune doesn't necessarily favor those who have the right conditions to have it. Fortune favors the person who believes that they can have that fortune, okay? It's the dang truth. And the more people can learn that, the more people can understand that, the more people can take that to heart and find that belief in themselves, the more incredible success we will start to see everywhere, not just in our companies, but everywhere. Imagine, okay? Imagine for your own kids. I want nothing more than for my 3 children to grow up believing that they can, okay? Believing that they can achieve anything, all right? This is why, kids, there's the fundamental story. Kids who are told, that are told a really sad, negative story, you're never going to be anything, you're never going to be able to do it, that becomes so ingrained in them, and it holds, and we become adults. I say we, but they become adults who don't believe they can do anything. You feel me? And then that's a whole little messaging, not little, big messaging thing that you probably spend your whole life trying to correct because of what you were told when you were younger, as opposed to kids who are told you can be anything, you can do anything, and repetitively told that. They tend to grow up believing that they can do and be anything that they want to be, and so they act on it. Okay? There's so much truth in the message that if you believe you can, if you believe you can be something, if you believe you can have something, you can. Okay, does belief actually make it happen? No, but it changes fundamentally how you see yourself, how you view your ability to do what needs to be done. Okay, and when you view yourself as somebody who can do what needs to be done, you do it. You do it, even if you're scared. You do it. Okay, so what I'm telling you is, and why this is so important, is that first and foremost, when it comes to your business, as you are building a business, I don't care if you're brand new to the business, I don't care if you've been doing this for years, okay? If you don't believe that you can have success, if you don't look in the mirror and see yourself as somebody who can be at the top or somebody who can hit elite or whatever it is your goal is, if you don't look in the mirror and think, yeah, I can do that, then you are in your own way, okay? You have to dig deep and start to work on your belief, okay? Your belief that you are worthy of it, your belief that you can, All right? Because once you have those things in order, it doesn't matter how scary the task is. It doesn't matter how overwhelming. It doesn't even matter how much work it is. You'll do it because you'll see yourself as somebody who can do it. Okay? So right now in Unique, we are having this crazy month, right? We are having this crazy month of bonuses. Bonuses for everybody who promotes from pink all the way up to the top of our company. Bonuses galore. And one of the number one things, this is such an exciting thing. Okay, this is such an exciting time. But in addition to this excitement, one of the side effects of it is you have a whole crowd of people who are like, yeah, and they're going, and they're gonna get the bonus, and they're super pumped. Okay, you have those who clearly believe, and then there's always a camp that sits there and says, yeah, that's cool, like, it's not gonna be me. I can't do that. Guess what? It's not gonna be them, all right? Fortune favors the people who believe they can have the fortune. When you believe you can have something, you act like you can, and you do the things it takes to have it. Okay, and you might get stuck, and you might face a roadblock, and you might feel frustrated at times, but fundamentally, if at your core you have that belief, you will work through it and get there. You feel me? Okay, so here's the thing. You're like, that's cool, Lauren. That's cool. How do I start to believe? I don't know that I have the answer to that, aside from reprogramming and retraining your brain. Okay, literally retraining your brain. This is not an overnight process. One day you might have a huge burst of confidence. Yes, I totally can do it. I totally can do it. I'm totally going to hit peak. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to talk to all the people. I'm going to do all the parties. I've got this. Okay, you might have one really big pumped up, maybe watching this live. Okay, maybe watching this live pumps you up and motivates you and you are good and you have that belief. Okay, but belief has to be refreshed every day. Okay, so then the next morning you might wake up and be like, no, I'm no good. Or somebody might say no, or somebody might ignore you, or a party might flop. Okay, I'm here to tell you, you are not unique in that. You are not special in that parties flop, people say no, and people ignore you. That happens to every single person that has a business. Okay, so I'm going to be real straight with you, and it might come off kind of harsh. You need to stop thinking that you're somehow different, that people are saying no to you, that people are ignoring you, that your parties are flopping. Stop thinking that that's just you, okay? Because it's not just you, all right? So get out of your head. Stop thinking that there's something wrong with you or something different about you because I can't do it and everybody else can. No, screw that. It happens to everybody, you guys. I have flop parties all the time. I have ideas that do not work out. People ignore me, okay? People say no to me, all right? And I guarantee you it happens to every single person who owns their own business. It happens to the Sherry Brown. It happens to Nicole Smith. It happens to all those names that you look up to, friends. It happens. Okay, so if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh, well, you know, I can't be successful because everybody's ignoring me and people are saying no to me and it's just not going to work out. Hey, guys, hey, you're wrong, okay? You're wrong. That's the wrong perspective because it's not just you. And so if it's not just you and it's everybody and there are still people who are becoming successful and promoting and hitting the top of the company, even though they have people saying no to them, even though they have parties flopping, even though they have people that ignore them, okay, and they're still doing it, that means that none of those are good reasons for it not happening. That means that the difference, the fundamental difference between maybe you and somebody who's where you want to be is that they actually believe they can achieve it, so they keep going. Okay, but when you lose that belief, when you stop believing or don't ever start believing, okay, if you were somebody who's like, oh, if you already have that doubt and then somebody says no, well, now you believe in yourself even less. Okay, and the answer is not to get people to say yes to you so that you can believe in yourself more. You have to believe first, and then you start getting the yeses. Okay, because the way a person who believes in themselves presents themselves is very different than a way a person who doesn't believe themselves presents. How you feel what I'm trying to say there? That's terrible grammar. Okay, but if I show up to something and I don't believe in myself, you know, and it depends, even online, okay, it might be really timid. It might be a really timid message. I might start the message with an apology. Hey, I'm really sorry to bother you. I really need I really need a favor. Can you help me out? Okay, you come with a very meek, very, I just don't want to be, you apologize for your business. You apologize for being somebody who's working your business. That is not somebody who believes in themselves. And the odds of them getting a yes out of that is not high. As opposed to somebody who finds that belief, okay, on the inside, when they find that belief, all right, that they can, and that they are somebody who can do that, okay, they start doing things. And instead of messaging somebody or instead of approaching somebody and saying, hey, I'm really sorry to bug you, they say, hey, I'm so excited to talk to you. I've been thinking about you. I think you would be awesome at what I do. Would you ever consider doing it with me? Right? That, they still might get a no, but they're going to get a much more engaged, positive no, right? Or they might get a yeah, you look like you're having a good time, man. I want to be a part of that. You see the difference? Fortune favors the person who believes they can. Okay? So Sandra, we can start, sorry to bother you. You're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to let go of that Canadianism then, because sorry to bother you implies that you are not somebody worth listening to. Okay? It implies that you are a nuisance before anybody's even had the chance to decide if you're a nuisance. Okay? You are not a nuisance. You are somebody worth being seen and worth being heard. All right, and what we're saying and what we're offering and what we're sharing is not intended to do anything but change somebody's life and offer them good. Okay, so if you are lacking in belief in yourself, that's your first step. Okay, and I don't have an exact solution to it. I don't know how to make somebody believe in themselves. I do know how to tell somebody that they need to when they need it. Okay, but you have to find what is going to lift you up. And this is where personal development is huge. Okay, if you are lacking in belief, you better be digging down deep in that personal development. Okay, you better be digging down deep. Yeah, in the books that tell you that you are valuable and that you can and that you need to find your inner girl power or whatever. You need to be in those books because and you need to feed it to yourself constantly. It's not enough to listen to it or read it one time 3 months ago. Guess what? You need that belief every dang day of your life. Because the day you show up without belief is the day that you don't do a thing for your business because you don't feel like you're somebody who can. Okay, if you don't believe that you are capable of being successful, if you are unique and you don't believe that you're capable of hitting green elite or hitting black status, you never will. You cannot wait for it to happen for the belief to show up. You have to have the faith and the belief in yourself first because that belief fuels your action. It fuels everything you do. Okay, and that is why the people who hit green and the people who make the bonuses, the people who make it to the top of the company, do we have our moments? Yeah, we have our moments. Okay, I had a moment for 15 months. I had a moment and I did not maintain black status because I didn't think that maybe I was worthy of being there. But screw that, friends, because yes, I am. Yes, I am. And here I am, okay, requalified, moving forward, stronger than ever. And it took losing my belief in myself and realizing that I lost my belief and regaining it to get myself back there. And the minute I found my belief again, guess who showed up? Me, Lauren, black status presenter. All right, who leads like a black status presenter, who runs her business like a black status presenter. But I lost that belief somewhere along the way and I stopped acting like it. Okay, and when I stopped acting like it, my business stopped looking like it. Okay, that doesn't say anything about my team. That speaks to me and me alone. Okay, you feel me here? Okay, so, and okay, here, I'm going to continue on. Okay, so if you're green or if you're pink or blue or you're building a team, your belief in yourself, okay, while your team really truly is running their own show, they're running their own business, and you could be having the hardest time in the world and they can be flourishing, I am going to tell you that how you feel about yourself and your business is also going to shape, to a certain extent, your team and their ability to move forward. Okay, so it's your belief in yourself is bigger than just you. All right, it's bigger than just you. You have to dig deep and find the person inside you that says, yes, I can. All right, find the person who says, yes, I can. And you got to feed that to yourself every day. I felt like that last month, it's believing myself and my business finally clicked. Yes, good for you, Terry. Good for you. And dude, you're gonna hit peak with belief. And what sparked this, guys, is the bonuses. Okay, and hearing people say, "Oh, well, I'm not somebody who earns bonuses." Well, you're not if that's your mindset. Okay, you have got to believe that you can. And so there's a scene in the Lego Movie. I shared a clip with my team this morning from the Lego Movie. Okay. And if you're not familiar with the Lego Movie, this won't mean anything. But if you are, there's a scene in the Lego Movie, all right? This dude, I can't even remember his, Emmett. Emmett is this Lego, and he's just your average Lego, and he doesn't think there's anything special about him. And Vitruvius, who ends up being Ghost Vitruvius, tells him that he's the special, that he is here and he is going to save the world and all these things. And he's like, there's nothing special about me. And he's like, no, yes, there is. Yes, there is. And he gets Emmett to believe that there's something fundamentally special about him. Okay, and he starts doing these magnificent things, all right? And then this is going to be spoiler alert, by the way, so if you haven't seen it, here you go. There's conflict and whatever, and then Vitruvius gets killed. They're all Legos, guys. Gets killed, and in the end, he tells Emmett that he made up the prophecy. He made it up. And so then he dies before he can tell him the rest. And Emmett is like crushed, and he's like, oh, he made it up. It's a lie. I'm nobody. I'm nothing. And then Ghost Vitruvius comes back, okay, and says, you didn't let me finish. He says, I made up the prophecy because I knew that basically I'm paraphrasing. He's like, because basically anybody can be special. All that anyone needs to be special is to believe that you can be. And that we were watching Lego Movie last night, and I wanted to jump up and yell hallelujah. Okay, all anyone needs to be, and then he goes on. He was like, look at all the things you did when you believed that you were special. Look at everything you did. Look at everything you accomplished. Look at everything you did and changed because you fundamentally believed that you were the special. Okay, and it was a totally made up thing, but because he offered him that belief and that reason to cling to, he rose up to it. Okay, that is us. That is people. That is people, guys. The things that we do when somebody, and sometimes it is somebody else believing it. Sometimes it is somebody reaching out and say, hey, I think you can. I see it in you. And when somebody says that to us, man, we rise up. We rise up and suddenly we're doing things we never thought we'd imagine doing because somebody believed in us. But guys, sometimes you have to be the person believing in you. Sometimes you have to be the person saying, yes, I can, and rising up into that expectation. Okay, it happened. This is true of how we talk to our kids too. Okay, guys, I used to be a teacher. I'm not making this stuff up. The expectations you set, even for children, when you see it in them, when you say, I believe in you and I expect this of you, they rise to that. Okay, if you undercut them and cut them down and tell them they're worthless and tell them they're, guess what? They act like that. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It is okay. I can't. Fortune favors the person who believes that they can have the fortune. Period. There is no other factor. None. Because the person who believes that they can have the fortune will do the things it takes to get the fortune. Period. That's all there is, guys. So if you want something, if you want to promote to pink, to blue, to green, to orange, to purple, to black, if you want the bonus, okay, if you want to grow a team, if you want to retire from your day job, if you want to retire your husband, if you want to live in a bigger house, if you want to save for retirement, if you want to pay for your children's education, if you want to shoot, if you want to buy a beach house, if you want to have a better life, or even if you have a great life as it is, if you want something more, if you want to promote to that next level, you first have to believe that you're somebody who can do that. You have to believe it, guys. Okay, because once you believe it, you'll do whatever it takes to make it happen. Period. There is no more. All right? People shrink back from doing the things they need to do because they get scared. I'm going to tell you that feeling of scared doesn't ever go away. It doesn't ever go away. I still get scared all the time. I get scared and, have I posted too much? Pretty nervous to message this person. And we get scared all the time. That never goes away. The difference, though, is that when you believe that you can do something, I've got a beach house hanging on my wall, you guys. I want to buy a beach house before I'm 40. all right? I don't want to wait till retirement to own a beach house. I want to own it now while my kids are young. And I believe that I'm somebody who can do that. And because I believe I'm somebody that can do that, even when I'm scared, I hit post. Even when I'm scared, I hit send. Even when I'm scared, or even when I'm tired and I don't feel like working, I show up and do what needs to be done because I believe that I'm somebody who can have those things. Okay, and I don't say that in arrogance. Okay, I say it with confidence. And I want you to say it with confidence about yourself and your life. Okay, I want you to be somebody who looks at the things you want out of life. It doesn't matter how big or little they are. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's a color status or a pay level or whatever. I want you to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, shoot, I can do that. I can do that. Okay, I want you to look at the people at the top of the company and be like, shoot, if they can do it, why can't I? Because if we can do it, why can't you? We are not, this is not to be self-deprecating, but we're all kind of a hot mess. I'm here to tell you I've been Black status for like 17 months now, 16 months now. All right, recognized Black status for 16 months, paid as it twice. Okay, but I'm here to tell you I've been amongst the top for a while. And we're all just normal people who believed that we could. So we did. That's it. All right, we all got issues. We all got our own stuff. We all look like a hot mess half the time. We're all got our family stuff. We got family stuff, kids stuff, marriage stuff, life stuff, health issues, the lack of time, tired. We all have it. The only difference is that we believed we could. And so we did it and we did it and we did it and we did it until we were there. Even the stuff that still scares us. Okay, so today's morning mess. Fortune favors those who believe that they can have the fortune. Because when you believe you can, you act like you are somebody who can do it, and you take action in the way that it needs to be done. Period. So when you look at the month ahead, decide right now what you're going to believe about yourself. Decide right now how much you're going to believe in yourself, okay? And when you believe in yourself enough, and if you want it enough, okay, you're going to do what it takes, all right? Because the second part of that, and if you want it enough, because the other thing, there are two fundamental factors to success. Number one, belief. Number two, desire. You've got to believe you can do it, and you've actually got to have a deep enough desire for it. There are some people who believe they can do it. They just don't care about it enough to actually do the action and do the work, right? So you got to have both. But desire is a whole other topic for another day. So have a really good day, guys. It's good to be back. Believe in yourself. Believe so strongly in yourself that you have no option but to reach your goal, and you will get there. Okay, and believe, and here's on a second note, believe in the people around you. If you have children, believe in your children. Be the voice that tells your kids that they can be anything. Don't forget whatever anybody told you growing up. If people told you that you couldn't and that you'd never be anything and that you can't do X, Y, Z, if you had that messaging as a kid, you don't have to continue that cycle. Okay, you can break that cycle now, starting with yourself, by starting to tell yourself something different, but you can also break it with your kids. You don't have to continue that, all right? Imagine if we lived in a world where people believed that they could do anything, all right? And be anything and have anything. And we acted in confidence, okay, that we are capable. Imagine if your kids, don't you want that for your kids, right? Be the change, right? Be the change that you want to see in the world. To me, that's the change. That's the change I want to be, all right? Is believing in others that they can have and do and be whatever they want in this world. Believing in my kids, because I want my kids to grow up and be like, yes, I can, all right? So go forth and believe, friends. Have an awesome day. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.